Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to hop on here and share a couple thoughts with you, a little bit of encouragement, also encouragement for myself. But I hope that this helps somebody that needs it today. So, yesterday being the Super Bowl, I'm sure many of us had, Super Bowl parties, whatever they look like now, made some snacks, watched the game. But I'm not even gonna lie, I am not a football girl. I'm not. I love the Super Bowl because I love the commercials, I love the halftime show, and I like the food. Not to say that Super Bowl is like a special day where all food is allowed, because guess what? In intuitive eating, that's every day, and I'm pretty thankful for that. However, it's a day that we generally tend to have, like, I love dips. Anyone that knows me knows I love dip. Um, and just some other, like, fun finger foods that we don't usually make on an average day. So, yeah, that's my Super Bowl. Is the food, the commercial, and the halftime show. So, with that being said, I was like snacky yesterday and just kind of going up, passing the table, grabbing grabbing some guacamole or some spinach dip, which, by the way, spinach dip on garlic bagel chips. Yes. Yes, that's delicious. I should have like filmed a little bit of what we had, but I did not, because I was just enjoying the moment, but I digress. Or I'm grabbing, I had like a veggie tray, which, to be perfectly honest, was barely touched. So that'll probably be something I'm snacking on today. So yeah, so there wasn't a lot of listening to my hunger cues. There was a lot of snacking, like as I walk by. It's kind of like, I don't know if this is a thing, but like sight hunger, um, where you're not actually like, physically stomach grumbling hungry, but it's like, oh yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna eat that. And that's okay. Like, it's okay to do that. You don't always have to have like a grumbling stomach to want to eat something, and that's perfectly okay. Um, Also, the foods are a bit richer than I tend to eat on a typical day, and so I'm really thirsty today. And I'm kind of bloated, and my tummy's a little upset, and things like that. So, as I sit here today thinking, and I'm not gonna lie, there have been thoughts like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten that. I should have had more regular meals. I shouldn't have been snacky. But I have to stop myself and be like, no, no, you do you, and you're perfectly fine. Not every day is going to be perfect. You're not going to wake up every day feeling, like you can bounce up out of bed and go tackle the day and run a marathon or whatever. Like, that's not realistic, because that's not real life, and that's just not something that happens every single day. And the things that I'm reminding myself of today is it's not one day that determines your health or whatever. It's like the habits, the practical habits and changes that you make or that you solidify for yourself. Shouldn't say changes, just the practical habits that you implement in your day, in your daily life over time, that adds up to health. Whether it's, things for your mental health, like journaling, um, meditation, talking to somebody, reading, things like that. Things for your physical health, trying some new fruits and vegetables, cooking more meals at home. What else? Making sure you're drinking plenty of water and staying hydrated, moving your body in a way that you enjoy. All of those. Those are things that you can implement in your life every single day without having to see a weight loss payoff, but just feeling the physical health. Those changes that we make over time, or those habits that we implement, I should say, that we make over time, and the accumulation of those habits, I don't think accumulation's a word, accumulation of those habits is where health is born, is where you thrive. So one day isn't going to, like, make you gain a bajillion pounds. One day isn't going to now all of a sudden set you up for some kind of catastrophic health issue. Or your health isn't going to go down the tubes from one day of having some fun with food. So, those are the things I'm reminding myself of today. And those are the things that I'm hoping kind of like speak to whoever needs this today. Also, I'm going to let you in on a little something something. I think I've mentioned it before, but I've been struggling with the scale. I have lived with it, out of my life for many, many, many years. And then I thought, which don't ever think this, don't ever think mentally you are capable to handle the scale because it will most likely break you every single time. So what was it? I think back in September, I allowed the scale to re-enter my home and re-enter my life against the advisement of my husband, because he knows how I am. He knows that the scale tortures me, and he knows that I should not have that in my world. So I bought it without him knowing. I did tell him afterwards because I'm like, hey, if I get too freaky with it, I need you to take it from me. So he's like, okay, no big deal. Like, I'm not going to throw it away right now, but let me know how you're doing with it. And I really thought I was able to have it in my life. And it's just something that I'm realizing I cannot have, nor will I ever be able to have. So I told him yesterday, hey, and I did this before. I'm so happy I did it before we set out all of our Super Bowl snacks too, because I would not have enjoyed them as much as I did. But I reached out and I pulled my husband aside. Our kids were cooking some food, which is awesome for having older kids, by the way. It's like a whole new world is opening up. But again, I digress. I felt myself struggling, and I've been working in my intuitive eating workbook, which I'll share in some subsequent videos. And it's like stirring up some stuff. And I was feeling, all these thoughts and starting to feel these fears. And I pulled my husband aside and said, look, can you hide the scale from me? He's like, oh no, is it becoming a problem? I was like, oh, it's been a problem for a little bit. And I'm weighing myself like 5 times a day. So can you like hide it from me? Just sometime by the end of the night, please hide it from me. And he's like, yes, absolutely. And I love how supportive he is. And it's not like shaming me, why did you do that? Or convincing me to have it and just have willpower. None of that. And I told him some of my fears, like I'm afraid of gaining weight and this is why, and all these things. And he's super encouraging and talked me down and spoke truth to me, and it really made me feel really good, and I could enjoy my night. So now, because it's been a habit to wake up in the morning, go to the bathroom before I get changed for the day, strip down and weigh myself, and I went to go weigh myself, and it's not there. And he didn't tell me he had it, and clearly he didn't tell me where, because that would be silly. So I actually felt this like sigh of relief, and I felt this freedom and some fear, I'm not gonna lie. But I felt this freedom, like, oh, thank you. Because I just felt it like calling me, and I felt this pull to it, and I hate it. It's ridiculous for me. I don't like it because your weight, and I can tell myself this all day long, but I can hear other people say it and I can believe it. But I'm telling you too, your weight does not indicate your health. Your weight does not indicate your self-worth, how likable you are, how successful you are, who you are as a person. None of that. It indicates none of that. It is just a tool for a unit of measure. That's it. What matters is how you feel every single day in your body, in your mind, and in your spirit, and cultivating that deep relationship with yourself and truly, truly, truly getting to know yourself in the best way possible, and listening to your body's cues to take care of yourself in the best way possible. And that is health. That is wealth. That is freedom. So I just wanted to share that with you today. I hope you have an amazing day.